One morning, I received a call about a delivery from a security guard. When I opened the door, I was immediately told to get back inside. Panicked, I locked the door and opened the window. But my apartment was on the 30th floor of a downtown Manhattan building, and there was no way out. I had no choice but to climb out the window. 2 hours later, Morgan and I sat before the police, trembling. The officer suggested we enter the Witness Protection Program. Shock hit me hard. The officer explained we'd first be relocated to a safe place, and if the killer wasn't caught, we would remain there temporarily until a permanent solution was found. I couldn't accept it. The thought that if the killer stayed free, our new safe home would be permanent was overwhelming. I'd lived my whole life in New York, and this was too much to bear. The officer explained that the killer was professional, and staying in New York was too dangerous. Moving to another place was our only choice. Soon, we were flown out by an FBI helicopter, our phones and electronics confiscated. The agent handed us new identities, warning us that if exposed, no one could help us. We ended up in the most remote part of America. The town was nothing like what I had known, no shopping centers, only a cheap warehouse. I had been a top real estate agent in New York, and Morgan, a successful lawyer, but now we were living in isolation, far from our previous lives. The cabin we stayed in was small, with only a narrow bed. There was no internet, and the phone had no signal. When I asked about a separate bed, the agent coldly suggested I cut down a tree for one. In the end, I slept on the couch. The next morning, as Morgan looked out at the view, I couldn't stop thinking, what if we never got out of here? What if I never saw Lincoln Center again, or my friends? What if I never had Chinese takeout again? I had once taken these simple joys for granted, but now I was stuck with the one person I didn't want to be around. The isolation was worse than I imagined. Danger was right in front of me.